Hi everyone, Alicia here from Stretch It app, and on today's episode of Stretch It Fundamentals, we go over the different variations of forward fold. Many people, when they think forward fold, they think they just have to touch their toes, is for their hamstrings only, but in fact, we can go over several different modifications that can not only target your hamstrings, but will also be a great stretch for your back, specifically your erectors. When people hear forward fold, they might have one specific shape in mind, a stretch that primarily targets the hamstrings. And yes, it certainly does, but there are several setups you can rely on that you can use forward fold to help stretch the hamstrings. But I think it also a great restorative position to stretch your erectors, your low back muscles, but it can be done in a variety of stances. Something that is helpful is to bring the floor up higher. So let's say you do want to use forward fold to stretch the hamstrings. I will start in a stance that is your true hip width apart, maybe a little wider to begin with. Place the blocks under your chest, bend the knees slightly, and try to tilt your hip. Tilting the hip is what's going to dictate how well you can target your hamstrings. Because when you don't, that's when you'll start to target more the spine. If you're looking to stretch the hamstrings, making sure your hip tilt is anterior, setting your hip crease high and the tailbone up will best stretch the hamstrings here. If you find that's too tight, you can start with a wider stance, still with the toes pointing forward. Find that tilt in the hip, still have your blocks under you, and drop your head from there. Now to target the spine instead, this is where you can prop the blocks lower and round, but now you have the floor higher, so you're able to relax here and not just rely on gravity. You could also shift side to side while the torso is down, so the forward fold itself can be gently dynamic here. You can bend and stretch, not stretched all the way. You don't have to fully extend the knees. You can go from a partial flexed position to a partially extended position. You could also play with rounding and arching the back while folded over. So there are several variations you can work through in order to, again, best target the hamstrings, or maybe you want to purposefully round the spine in order to target your erectors. Now, a more advanced setup will be, of course, to have your feet together. Find that nice tilted hip position and to place your palms down. This is far more advanced, especially if you're looking to stretch the backs of your legs. I would say if you insist on still having your toes together, have the blocks under you and then roll forward to lengthen spine and drop the head. I will still have blocks because it's nice to place your weight on something so that you don't have to worry about holding yourself up, but you have the support from the floor. And if you want, you can bend your knees and straighten, or if you need a wider base, you can carefully heel toe your feet out and then establish that foundation while still keeping your torso forward. If you want to improve your flexibility, make sure you check out our Stretch It app. Link will be down below in the description box. And if you want to see more videos like these, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel.